Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about racism in the Czech Republic. So everything that I'm going to talk about in this video is based on my own experience. I'm not going to talk on behalf of others because we all have a different experience. So without wasting much of your time, let's jump right into the video. So before I moved to the Czech Republic, that was in 2017, I was just researching, reading about Czech Republic. I watched videos of Africans who are living in the Czech Republic, and I found out that everyone had a different experience. So you know how it is, like just watching videos, it's different from the real experience. So when I came here, I lived in a beautiful village surrounded by amazing people. And the only thing is that I was the only African there. So because of that, I I was being stared at so much and I felt so uncomfortable. When time went by, I started like having friends, and you know, even though it was difficult with the language, I had this language barrier, and but still I had friends who communicated in English. So they tried, by all means to make me feel at home, to make me feel welcomed, and just to make me feel loved. So because of that, I it was enough for me to know that Czechs are nice people, though it's not everyone, but during my first time, it was really something amazing for me to experience this kind of love from them. And when I was pregnant, being a first time mom away from family, so it's something which would be very different, and trying to adapt to the new environment and to the culture, it was something really hard for me. But still, I had people who came through also to help me out throughout my pregnancy. So others came in to recommend me a nice hospital to give birth from. They shared their experiences. They also recommended me a good gynecologist. So because of that, I I just felt so loved, so secured. I knew that I had people, I had loving people around me. So yeah, I missed home very much, but I had amazing people around me, and I still have amazing people around me. Now, I'm not trying to say that there is no racism in Czech Republic. The racism is there, and there are weird people around, okay? It's not like you'll be loved everywhere. In as much as they are nice people, they are also weird people. So I'm not trying to say that the racism is not there. It's there. It's just that I haven't like experienced it to a point where someone treats me so unfairly, or where to a point where someone treats me like uh, made me feel like less of a human being. I haven't felt it like that. So now there are certain things which people would consider as racism. Okay, for me, after learning about Czech, I think I don't really mind when I come across such people. There are people who like they will stare at you so much, and others would consider that as racism, but it's not something which should even make you feel bad when after knowing the country and knowing that Czech Republic is not a multicultural country. So it's not something that should even make you feel bad. Sorry, I'm looking around because I'm recording the video outside, and there are people passing around. So yeah. And the other thing is that there are people who would just come and just being curious about the hairstyle. In Africa, we are just used to like changing hairstyles every month. So for them, it's something so fascinating. So they would just come and approach you just to ask you, and being curious of how you made your hair and things like this. So it happens like that. But I'm not saying that they just come to you in a disrespectful manner. They just come to you and just touch your hair without asking for your permission. They ask with respect. So it's not like they just do it disrespectful or things like that. Of course, if someone came to me uh, and just touched my hair without permission, that would be so weird and I would be very upset. Okay, so, but they don't do it like that. Otherwise, the touching of hair, someone will consider that as racism, but for me, no, I don't take it like that. And then there's also, you might find maybe some children, some kids or elderly people, when they just see you, like they're just smiling, but children, they look at you so in a very, in a like they'll be just surprised, like seeing a black person passing around. It's just something new to kids, and kids are just growing and get to explore and learn things. So when they just see a black person, they just become so surprised. And you see parents trying to stop them. Don't look at the person like that too much. And the touching of skin and things like this is very common in some villages or small towns, but in these big cities, it's not very common. People just mind their business. But in villages, of course, you will be stared at and expect these kind of things. So, and also it's not like it happens to the younger generation. No, it's very common in kids and elderly people. So don't feel bad when you come across when such thing happens to you. Just learn about it. I know it's difficult because it was difficult for me at first, but then after some time I got used to it, and now I'm here and I'm enjoying it. Also for grandparents, there was a time when I was just walking through the park and I found like three grandmas sitting, and they were just like staring at me and smiling. Now I'm able to understand a bit of Czech, so I'll just look at them and they'll just look at me and they'll be like, "Oh, she's so beautiful. She's so lovely. She has very beautiful children," things like this. And when you are hearing such kind of comments, it just boosts your confidence. So yeah, it's just really really nice. Okay. And there was a time when I was coming from a train, like I was in a train coming from somewhere, and there were some announcements in Czech language. So there was just one woman who walked up to me and she was like, excuse me, is it okay if I translate for you? That's if you don't understand Czech. And I was like, yes, that would be very helpful. And she was really kind. So there are kind people in Czech, and there are also weird people. Like for example, I was in a supermarket, and this couple just walked in. So they saw me and the man was like, Yejish Marie. So I was like, what is he, why did he behave in such a manner? So it wasn't something nice, and I could see his girlfriend, trying to stop him. So it wasn't nice. You meet certain people who are like this, and people who are so weird. They look at you in a weird manner, or others, they don't even show any interest or something like that. But you can't be loved by everyone. There are weird people around, and it's very normal. So it's not anything that should make you feel bad. So these weird people, like, you meet them everywhere. Even in my country, we have weird people who just like treat you a certain way. They're just not interested, or just to look at you in a very weird manner. So it's not anything that should make you feel bad. It's not it's not your problem. It's their problem. They are probably going through something. So yeah. So in conclusion, I would like to mention that so far I've had a very good experience. I've been here for 5 years, and I haven't like experienced racism to a point where it just drains me or something. Just these mere things about staring, you know, being the hair and things like that. Otherwise, if you are an African who's like planning to move to the Czech Republic for studies or for anything, and you're watching this video, don't hesitate to come and have your own experience. Also, if you are an African who's living in the Czech Republic and you feel your experience is different from mine, feel free to share in the comment section about your experience so that we let other people know, those who are planning to move to the Czech Republic. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video to the end. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.